One God has given and is giving everything I need to accomplish everything I'm here to do. So I speak to the notion of spiritually minded procrastination. That is, there's a vision, there's a promise, but I don't think I can do it until conditions X, Y, and Z have been met. That is, I need more money. I need a better vehicle. I need these people who have these gifts. I need to accomplish this goal. And many things will take forever or never happen because of people being stuck in that spot. Well, I know God said do this, but I also know that I can't do it without this. So the notion becomes, do I sit and wait forever? Or do I just boldly move forward? Believing that if God has told me to, I must be equipped to do so. Excuse me. Delicious, sparkling water. It's kind of my new thing. So, there are things that I've really been burdened to do for a long time, and I think I spent most of my 30s um, spiritually procrastinating. I think that's the term I'm going to use it. I have these spiritual reasons, quote unquote, to procrastinate. Reasons that seem really mature and wise, but they're not. Disobedience is disobedience, whether the explanation sounds spiritual or not. Whether you are 12 or you are 72, that they are essentially the same thing, just kind of more easily concealed. Um, I don't share my dreams, my vision with a lot of people. Been told that wise people don't. I spent a long time trying to spiritually rationalize not moving forward. I would say that the messages that God has given me to give, they would make more sense in other contexts. This channel is my only means of moving forward. Um, the only means of taking the things God has given me and presenting them, broadcasting them to the largest amount of people. Um, the only direct word I've ever heard from God about education has been to pursue a biblical education, a Bible college degree kind of thing, which I've done. And I've heard take these messages and push them out there, broadcast them. You are responsible to get these things heard by as many people as you can. That's what God has said to me. He never said YouTube, but YouTube was the thing that was the most reasonable way to do it. And so I'm obeying God. I'm taking what God gave me and moving forward. It would seem to be incomplete in many ways, and I don't have everything I think I'm supposed to have to accomplish things. There are resources, there are people, there are situations that I pray for on a daily basis that have not yet occurred. And I could use that as a reason not to move forward. And yet, I know that it may be a byproduct of age, although I'm not sure, that my life feels meaningless if I'm not doing things on a daily basis to move forward and things God has put me here to do. And so I move forward in obedience. I move forward because obedience is where emotional stability is, um, a feeling of accomplishment is. When I'm not moving in those directions, there is sadness, there is disappointment, there is meaning, a lack of meaning, sorry. So I want to exhort you that the dream that you have, I'd say me and you are Joseph. You have a dream and you have to move forward. You have to believe that God is giving it to you. Now, Joseph didn't have to do anything. He communicated and got kidnapped for it. So you may communicate and get kidnapped for it. I spend a great deal of time avoiding being kidnapped for vision. Uh, Because if it happened to somebody like Joseph, who's probably a better and more likable person than I am, and with real siblings, it could certainly happen to an unlikable person like me with just church people who probably love me less than Joseph's brothers hypothetically loved him. Just because, I mean, anyway, that's a weird way to put it. Move forward, believing that if God said move forward, you have to move forward. And pray for the things that appear to be missing, but believe that God has given you and is in the process of continuing to give you the things you need to accomplish it. If I'm doing anything, I want to let you know I'm setting an example of that. And I assure you, many people don't understand why I do this or why I prioritize it over some other things. This is me setting an example of moving forward despite lack of external encouragement, despite lack of the resources, despite people not understanding or supporting the vision that I'm moving toward. Those things would be nice to have. But the most important thing I want to tell you, after 35 years of following Jesus, if you have a sense of what God wants you doing, do it. And stop allowing imperfections in your resources, imperfections in your relationships, imperfections in your gift or your temperament or your personality to impair you from obedience. Fundamentally, at the end of your life, when you stand before God, He will not listen to your excuses about whether or not you had the resources, whether or not you had the right personality, whether or not people liked you, whether or not you had all the things you thought you were supposed to have. He will say, did you take what I gave you and invest it? He will say, did you obey to the best of the character I gave you? And when you can say yes to that, He will say, well done, good and faithful servant. If I have blessed you, encouraged you, or equipped you in any fashion, please like, subscribe, and comment. As always, pray more, complain less, and if God has told you anything, move forward, do it. Do not spiritually procrastinate.